Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. In a bit of an unusual week, because not only am I flying solo, but I am on the road. This will be a little bit shorter than usual, and visually it will be a little bit less appealing, but the information's going to all be here. So the current challenge is a 1-week repeat of Arkham Origins Bane. Required characters are Deathstroke, Black Adam, and Sinestro, who can be found cheapest at bronze, silver, and bronze respectively, which is, like we say, it's a good starting point for new players to get in on a good challenge character to help improve their account. Bane's passive is Vengeance. Bane enrages when below 50% health, giving himself and all Arkham teammates 1 bar of power once per match. He's got 1100 attack and 1100 health. He was last available August 11th, 2022. So he's got middling stats. He's got a not great passive. And as a point of comparison, this Bane needs to lose half his health to give himself and Arkham teammates a bar of power. New 52 Wonder Woman gives a bar of power to her Justice League teammates for every 2 that she uses. Batgirl gives everyone a bar of power to start. Doesn't need to lose any health. You have more control over when the power comes for both of them. There are just too many good Arkham characters to make me want to play with Bane. I mean, if you want to just look at the list of characters and everybody who's better, you got Batgirl, Arkham Knight Batgirl, Arkham Knight Catwoman, Arkham Knight Batman, Arkham Origins Batman, Arkham Origins Joker, Arkham Knight the Arkham Knight, Arkham Killer Croc, Arkham Harley Quinn, Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, Arkham Origins Deathstroke. And 10 months ago, when he last appeared, that was as far as we got. Now, on our current kick of playing with all the challenge characters each week, I think I've come to appreciate Bane just a little bit more. His passive still kind of sucks, but there's a funny synergy with Arkham Knight Batgirl. If Batgirl is coming in to save him with her passive, then she must have had a bar of power at some point. And unless we made a mistake and spent it the first time when Bane dropped below 50% health, and then tag Bane back in to get damage to the point of needing saving. If we didn't do that, then Batgirl is coming in with at least a bar of power, which is more than enough to knock out anyone who doesn't have Astro Harness or who doesn't have an invulnerability that might come with, say, John Stewart Green Lantern as a teammate. The other thing that I've come to appreciate about Arkham Origins Bane is that his Special 2 is actually pretty good. The first few hits don't do a lot of damage, but the last few hits do. And most importantly, it isn't just the last hit that does it, and there's enough of a pause after the second last hit, the penultimate hit, that there's a decent chance after knocking out one opponent that you're going to land a hit or 2 on the opponent tagging in. It's important if you have gear effect, because then you can do in our example, if you could see the gameplay, which you can't because, again, circumstances, but you could get the gear effect like a damage over time on the opponent tagging in instead of wasting it on the person who you're just knocking out. Also, to protect you from the opponent tagging in, because while you're doing a special, they can't do a special and they can't attack you, and it protects you from any kind of status effects that will trigger as a result of them tagging in. So it is now 159 weeks of a repeating pattern that first appeared May 2020. We have had 3 complete runs of a 43-week cycle, plus 30 weeks in the current 4th cycle. If the pattern holds, next week should be Batman Ninja Batman. And again, reminder, there's 23 challenge characters that have been missing, and the last time any of them appeared would have been more than 3 years ago. This week's multiplayer reward is Metahuman the Flash. His passive is Super Speed. Upon special attack or super move activation, basic attacks temporarily triple in speed with a chance to be unblockable and do critical damage. 1200 attack and 1200 health. Last available November 3rd, 2022. That is 127 weeks in a row of a consistent pattern, 4 complete cycles of a 31 reward sequence, and this is the 3rd in the latest 5th cycle. Unlike the challenge cycle, nothing is missing from the multiplayer rewards, and if the pattern holds, next week should be Metahuman Flash's partner in crime, Reverse Flash. So he's got decent high high-ish, middle-high stats, he's the strongest Flash, actually. And despite the wording on his passive, where it says his attacks triple in speed, they don't. But for each regular basic attack, he will hit 3 times. So it's not 3 times. I guess it technically is 3 times as fast, but it means that the one swipe, you get 6 hits instead of 2 for the starting for the swipe combo. The passive lasts longer the more power you use, so super speed lasts longest after the super, which lasts longer than after the special 2, and the shortest is after special 1. And he can be really fun to play with. If you give him power generation boosting gear and give him more unblockable chance, because after his passive triggers, Metahuman Flash generates power a lot faster because of all the extra hits. 3 times as many. 3 times he generates power 3 times as quickly. And you can very easily generate enough power before his passive runs out so that you can do another special and trigger his passive again. Hyperspeed plated suit is a great gear for him because it's a power generation boost for everybody, and it's an unblockable chance for Flash, which is perfect for this exact circumstance and to play him in this way. The problem really is that the current meta favors specials, and his passive really makes him shine as a basic damage dealer who happens to get superpowered when he does specials. So an interesting way to play him that we have tried is on our Justice League team, swap out Flashpoint Batman and put in Metahuman Flash as our basic damage dealer. He gets power from Wonder Woman to trigger his passive, and that way you don't have to waste any spots for power generation. You could gear him with basic damage gears to make him even better. The more recent version of a team that we've played with him is to keep New 52 Wonder Woman to charge him up, gear him for unblockable basics, then add Enchantress so that when he does a special to power up his passive, he has a chance to do a bunch of basic combos without worrying about being hit with a special. And, I mean, when you look at his special 1, right? His special 1, if it goes unblocked, gives a lot of power to the opponent. And that's the danger, that you're giving them enough power to do a special against you. And as an aside, I guess, with our newfound appreciation of the potential for the Enchantress gear, you can bet I'm going to be trying it out next week on Batman Ninja Batman, whose special 2, despite being super powerful, can only knock out the opponent on the last hit. One big disadvantage of Metahuman Flash over Flashpoint Batman, though, as a basic damage dealer in that Justice League team, is that in the games where we tag Batman in first before Wonder Woman, Batman doesn't need any extra work to be a way better basic damage guy. He doesn't need to be powered up. He just is. Flash, it takes a little bit more work, and I guess you can think of it more as trying to take advantage of his abilities, because he's in some ways maybe just not as good as an overall basic damage dealer than somebody like Flashpoint Batman. In the store, we've got Gotham Ninja Bundle Batman Ninja Batman for $24.99. It is a corroborating clue to next week's challenge. It comes with 100,000 credits, and remember, it does not unlock, which makes it an awful thing to buy in the store, because next week you're going to be able to get them for free, most likely, as long as the pattern since May 2020 holds. What else? We got the second week of the Icebreaker Pack that we talked about last week. We've got a character bundle, Lantern Elite, for $24.99. Of course, prices are in Canadian, the only currency that matters. And that has Red Lantern. I was going to try to ship the words Hal and Lantern. Red Lantern Hal Jordan and Yellow Lantern Hal Jordan. I mean, as far as prizes goes, it's not bad. They're both at least challenge characters, and it's not something that are going to come up really quickly in the next week. We've got a bunch of packs, not even going to bother talking about them, that have been around for way more than a year. And what else? I think that's about it. Phantom Zone is back for 2 weeks. Fight 62 is still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was, as expected, Deadshot, Wonder Woman, and Static. This coming weekend's is probably Zatanna, Flash, and Solomon Grundy. Link in the description to a thread in the Injustice Mobile subreddit from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. And as far as the current glitches go, We will go into more detail every time something significant changes, which did not happen this week. However, even if nothing changes, we still do a more detailed review once a month, the first week of every month. So most recently, that was our recap from June the 1st. And if you don't want to just check that out every once a month, you can also see a video tutorial for every working glitch in our playlist, Current Glitches, linked in the description of this video. And we update that if something happens sooner than once a week. But unfortunately, nothing has been going on for the longest time. The one thing that's worth mentioning is that the challenge reset glitch has been confirmed to be working on this week's Arkham Origins Bane challenge. And that's it. So this is where we like to give a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon. And that's Alexis M supporting us on the Your Message Here tier, Michael Devries, Irvin Ruiz, and Hoshi127 who are supporting us on the credited level. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda.